your game plan.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
38-yard line.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
39-yard line.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Taken down.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It leads to second.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
15.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
At the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Connor again.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Lee on the tackle. It's a gain of 2 yards.
On the counter, it's Connor.
Third down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
He's good. Makes the score Steelers 3, Cowboys 0.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
He did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
On second down now. It's Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Good job.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Steelers 3.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping it.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Incomplete.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A 6-yard pickup.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
At the 39.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 29. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
I thought this game was going to be closer than it is.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, and discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A lot of times we talk about being opportunistic as a defense as a whole. Right now it's becoming just one guy on this defense.
And he is doing such a fantastic job because everyone emphasizes taking the ball away, going after the football. But some people just have a special knack for it. He forced 2 fumbles last week, and there he forces another one in this game.
On first down, it's Elliott, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys add on.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
We can write our ticket to go to the Super Bowl.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Steelers just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you try and score when given the opportunity.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the
He finds his tight end, Gentry. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
44-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Oh, he breaks another. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 12-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory, 24-21, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. A touchdown pass there for Derek Carr. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Jordan Howard, a touchdown run. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And shedding his way forward. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, it looks like I'm going to 9-0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 47.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on in the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things. Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
Steelers 3.
And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down.
No, you don't.
Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Intended for James Conner.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This is taken at the 23. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
46 yards.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 3/4 in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll try to throw down. Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That's good for a Cowboy.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so...
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. C.D. Lamb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He just
On
throws it.
3rd down, Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
It's a gain
of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards to pick up there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Dak Prescott sacked. Fumble on the
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
at the 42-yard line.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
Well, I got a first down. Gotta get it
They'll
first
run
down.
on first down. Elliott. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up
From the 36, Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
today's
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Joe Thomas. God.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Oh, we're playing Minnesota.
today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Where the return stops.
Intercepted by the Cowboys.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. They are led out by their 27-year-old quarterback, a 2-time Pro Bowler. It's Dak Prescott.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
First down, Dallas.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Brought down at the 1-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Dontari Poe on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 51 yards on the punt there. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Complete.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
25 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
With the give to
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
at the 47-yard line.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards there, 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A gain of 12.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Zerline lining up.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. His throw is incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
Complete.
Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A great return there of 22 yards.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. The rookie CeeDee Lamb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield.
Prescott's pass.
15 yards on the play. 1st down. On 1st down. Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime, because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. CeeDee, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here.
In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
The tackle made.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself.
They have to find the
and
wheel.
maybe you have to disperse it a little
The
bit.
wheel.
Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for it.
Interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Still going. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Complete to
Michael Gallup. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. A good-looking return set up here.
Amir Abdullah on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? Exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They're finding their sea leg.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. First down. Here's Cousins. It's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll throw again. Cousins. Here comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The big fella. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 19-16, the final, in a close one. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, to check in on the Broncos. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. The Broncos trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone.
I'll be right back. I have to go let my puppy out.
number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Now Pollard. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. Defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 30, past the 20. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big run that time by Elliott. 63 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This is caught. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Complete.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. It's coming and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is taken at the 18.
Tony Pollard on the return. The Cowboys take over first and
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On the tackle.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And the Cowboys will recover.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas defense, here they come now onto the field. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 12. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. There have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all, so he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more than he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 42 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The 6-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Amir Abdullah on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
30-yard line.
To throw is Cousins. And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there. 1st down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Cousins sacked.
DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack in the campaign.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20.
Come on.
All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The tackle made by Michael Pierce. A 6-yard pickup.
Again, it's Elliott.
At the 40-yard line.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had
That's
a
ridiculous.
ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cowboys, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Totally ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
7-3. I don't know what they are. I already played these two teams and that team. So we need to find out what the Ravens are, and the Bengals, and the 49ers are. Ravens are 7-3. Eagles are 7-3. The Bengals are 5-5. And the Giants are 3-7.